That's the biggest thing they're the biggest two things that you need to do as your immediate next steps for next split. You need to identify a champion pool, and then you need to get help on how to improve those champions. Because hey guys, before we get into today's profile review, if you're interested in getting your own profile reviewed, just like the one you're about to watch, or interested in the things I talk about in terms of coaching, personalized coaching solutions, please check out the links in the description below. Let's get into the video. So currently you are Diamond 3 with the goal to get to Grandmasters, and you've played around just over 100 or so games this split with a 52% win rate. So on your current trajectory, you're not going to be able to get to Grandmasters. So you've come here looking for help, interested in coaching. So let's talk about what you need to do to fix this, how you need to improve your win rate, and ultimately climb to Grandmasters in the next split. As you'll be watching this, the split has just ended. So the biggest issue you say is holding you back is you can't transfer your lead to help teammates, and sometimes you int. And those are, I guess, almost two separate problems, and they all come down to one thing, which is usually consistency. So consistency is a key component for climbing in League of Legends when you're at the rank that you are. When you're in Diamond 3, Diamond 4, anything really above Diamond 4, Plat 1, you really need something called consistency. And consistency takes many shapes in League of Legends, but it's one of the biggest things that makes players great, is they can play consistently, whether they're playing from behind, whether they're even, whether they're ahead, and on no matter what champion they play. And, you usually see that with a pro player. You could chuck them on any player, on any champion, and they're probably going to do pretty well. However, you are not a pro player and you are struggling with consistency. And the main reason you're struggling with consistency is because you're playing too many champions. I don't care that you're Diamond 3, you cannot play every champion you're playing to a Diamond standard, and that's the reason why you have a 52% win rate, and that's the reason why you have negative win rate champions, because you can't play them at a Diamond standard. And this is something a lot of players get mixed up, is they think, oh, because I am a Diamond 3 rank, I can play Elise at a Diamond 3 standard, I can play Tristana, I can play any champion I want at a Diamond 3 standard, and it's just simply not the case. And so consistency comes back to your champion pool, which is the number one root cause issue that you're having. You only have a couple of successful champions that you should really be focusing on. And if I was you, I would really be doubling down on your LeBlanc, as it seems like it's your strongest pick at the moment. But obviously you haven't played many ranked games, so maybe you were playing Static Shiv LeBlanc and then it got nerfed, and so you're a bit lost at the moment. And so again, a profile review is not going to really help this, but what you need to do is basically take a step back and think about what champion pool do you want to play with, because you're all over the place right now. Over 100 games played, and the most played games you have on a champion is 12. So it just means like 1 in 10 games basically, or 1 in like 8 games, you're playing a new champion. And so of course you're struggling to climb, and of course you're inting because you just don't have the consistency in a champion pool. So the first thing you need to do is figure out what your champion pool is going to be. It doesn't really matter what it is, whether you still want to play LeBlanc, whether you want to pick up Zed, whether you want to learn Silas, but you need to have a really small champion pool. 1 to 3 champions max on one role, and then obviously when you get filled, you need to have a champion you're comfortable with. If it's jungle, if it's bot lane, if it's whatever, you need to have that field champion. And so for you, that's the first thing you need to do. You need to figure out what champions you want to play. Then the second thing you need to do is figure out, well, how to improve on those champions. And again, a profile review is not going to do this, but a game review will, with a challenger coach or a high elo coach. What you need once you've figured out your champion pool is to sit down with a coach and go through your gameplay on those champions, the champions that you want to climb to Grandmasters with, and you need to figure out what you're doing wrong on them, what you're doing right, and what are the fastest ways to improve these, how to improve these, and, get them to that Grandmaster standard rather than, a Diamond standard, which is what you're currently at. So that's the biggest thing they're the biggest two things that you need to do as your immediate next steps for next split. You need to identify a champion pool, and then you need to get help on how to improve those champions. Because right now on your own, it looks like you can kind of peak around Diamond 3, Diamond 2, and you're kind of stagnating there, and you just simply don't know what to do. And this is something that I call like a natural skill ceiling, where a lot of players reach it, and then they really struggle to find ways to improve. They feel like they're not getting any better. and they all of a sudden become a little bit hard stuck. And that's when you need a coach to come in, look at your gameplay with you, and break down exactly what you're doing wrong. So there's not really much else I can talk about in this profile review, because until you fix that champion pool issue, there's nothing really to analyze here, because you're just all over the shop. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this profile view. Please, once you've watched this, reach out to me, because I have the coaches that can help you. You just need to figure out the champion pool. Again, we can help you figure out your champion pool. So if you're unsure what champions you want to play for next split, that's something we can also help you with. So please, once you watch this, reach out to me and we can go from there. As always, cheers, good luck on the Rift, and I'll talk to you once you watch this.